Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Green, and I'm happy to be with you today to discuss ePortfolios. Some of you may have seen or noticed in your Blackboard shell this link to Pathbright Portfolio. And what that is, it takes you to the Pathbright platform, which is the Kendall College ePortfolio provider. Details are coming on that in the form of emails and various communications on how to get signed up. But I want to start today by explaining what ePortfolios are, what we're asking you to do, and why. So, ePortfolios, there's a large body of evidence that suggests students who create ePortfolios are better able to articulate the skills and competencies they have to employers, show deeper learning in the sense of critical thinking skills and self-awareness of their strengths and weaknesses, and that ability to articulate those strengths and weaknesses puts you ahead of the pack in the hiring market, in the hiring job market. So this is what it's going to look like when you log in. You're going to see an overview and a template. And the overview just gives a background of ePortfolios. And this is a how-to video that you could watch on how to submit assignments to Pathbright. And support is going to be in the form of me as your mentor throughout this term and moving forward. It may be me or another faculty or staff member who joins the program with us. But you have support the whole way. Here's what it looks like. Before I tell you any more, here's what it looks like. Okay, so this is a sample ePortfolio that I created. And you'll notice that up here, there are sections, section 1 all the way to section 7. And whenever you create your ePortfolio, what you're thinking is you decide who gets to see this. You decide who you want to share it with. And all you do is simply click share. And then you can add emails to a potential employer or to an instructor, whatever you like. But the first thing that I included was my CV or resume. For me, it's a CV, but for a resume, and the reason for that is because if I was going to use this, it would be primarily for looking for employment. So that's why I put that first. But also, if you put the welcome, or if you click on section 1, welcome, I created a video. And what this video is, it's a YouTube video that I created a while back for a course I teach called SOE 302, or Curriculum Instruction and Assessment. And obviously yours is going to be a little bit different than mine, but it's basically to give somebody who's looking at this, a potential hiring manager, reason to hire you beyond just the traditional resume. And then you want to add photos of yourself that are going to compel people to want to read more about you. In the welcome section, I also added a quote from a famous educational psychologist, Lev Vygotsky, who has influenced how I think, and I added a quote there. Again, you can make this much more attractive than I did, but I wanted to provide this example to you. And here we go. Go back into the portfolio. So that's the welcome section. And then the goals section. In this section, you have personal goals, and I gave you an example of personal goals and how you can write that. And then also, the goals section has a little inspirational poster type thing or visual to add. And then you're going to have educational goals, like why are you in college? What are your intentions after college? Are there any sacrifices you're going to make? All these prompts are going to be given to you, so you'll know exactly what you can add. But your freedom to express yourself as who you are is also encouraged. The reason we're kind of scripting a lot of what to include in this first round is to get you started with your ePortfolio. But we encourage you as we go and move to a more advanced ePortfolio to add your flavor to it, to add who you are. Career goals. So you're going to describe your career goals and what you're interested in and how that correlates with your career decisions and that sort of thing. And again, all those prompts are included. And then also, there's a section number 3, my values section. So what are your core values? What are your non-negotiable values? And I created this sample. So growth, and I gave a little description of why growth is important to me. Added a little visual. Respect, and another visual, and fairness. And I think you guys get the idea there, that it creates a little bit more of a personal touch than just saying growth. What my 3 values are: growth, respect, and fairness. Adding that makes it much more attractive for a potential employer to see. And then we go to my knowledge, and this is where your instructors are going to come in. In my knowledge section, for me, I just included a paper that I wrote. For you, it's going to be, that's where your instructors can come in, and that's where I come in as a mentor. I'm going to help you decide what to include, what key assignments from your coursework should you include in your ePortfolio that employers may find attractive. And also in that section, I included a presentation that I created, and it's a faculty development, professional development presentation on a teaching strategy, a cooperative learning strategy called Jigsaw. So you can include Prezis, PowerPoints, anything that kind of helps you stand out to show an employer what you can do, not just what you know, but what you can do. And that's the big push in employment these days. Employers want to know, it's great, hey, you learned a lot in college for sure, but what can you do with what you learned? All right, and then this gives you a visual, and this competency section in the first round is largely going to be something we're going to build on. But I give you an idea of a third-party career competency and development assessment that you can take and include in there. And as you move on, you're going to be able to put items in here, or artifacts is what they're called, of your successful completion of a task or a skill or something that's important to your profession. So, for example, if you're a culinary student, maybe a YouTube video of you making a dish that's something of your specialty, or a teacher, maybe you conducting a small reading group, or a business person conducting a meeting with a big client or something like that, in hospitality, etc. So whatever fits your discipline, that's what you want to put in here so your employers can know what you can do. And then the last one is the job tab, my job documents tab, and you'll see a LinkedIn. We all need a LinkedIn profile. I encourage you to sign up for one if you don't have one already, and start to interact and network with people who are of like mind, because the networking is probably the number one way to get a job. And then the resume again. So as you can see, there's a lot to this, but the visual piece is what I wanted you to see to get you excited about this. And we believe wholeheartedly this is going to position you in a spot of strength against anybody you're competing against for a job. Not only are you going to be able to show something beautiful, and it's relatively easy to make, but you're going to be able to articulate, which is the important thing, to a potential employer why you are the right person for the right job. It's not about just getting a job after you graduate. You're putting work into this, so you deserve the job that you want, that you've worked so hard to get, and that's why we're doing this. So thank you guys, and enjoy the journey with me. Thanks.